Bonnie Blue just did her worst stunt yet. Well, hello there, you gorgeous donut. Today we're going to be discussing possibly the creepiest OF girl that has ever existed. I can't believe this person still surprises us. She is called Bonnie Blue. A lot of people might have heard of her. She is famous for doing various stunts, such as sleeping with 1,057 men in 12 hours. Don't ask how, because I can't explain it. Some people don't believe it happened. Honestly, I kind of want to be in that camp. She also allegedly faked being pregnant, and as of late, she also faked getting arrested, which we did actually react to in the Brits Being Idiots video. Very fitting title, you could say. She's also famous for just saying a lot of controversial things.
Slept with somebody that was too young to buy alcohol from the shop. So I treated him to some alcohol and then treated him to some of my hoes.
Just awful, innit? Like, why would you brag about that? That is something that you don't want on your CV, I'm afraid. I believe she was in America at the time where, like, to buy alcohol is 21, so I believe that's how she kind of got away with this not being illegal, even though it's like, why would that be your defense? Well, it's not actually illegal. Like, why would you say something where you have to clarify it? A lot of her content is rage bait, and she likes to just incite people to get as angry as possible, to give as much interaction as possible, so she earns more money. Unfortunately, that's the meta for a lot of weird creators these days. Now, she's recently announced her worst stunt yet. Like, I can't believe she's doing this. We're going to discuss what that is later in this video. But before we get onto that, I kind of want to just catch up with what she's been doing. She's been going on various platforms and getting interviewed about her content and about what she's got planned next. One YouTube channel that she's done multiple interviews with is Standout TV, which often gets, like, controversial people on to kind of just talk about themselves.
So let me ask you this random. Would you ever get married?
I'm already married at the moment.
What, to marry to the game boy, married to the wheelie? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm going through a divorce at the moment.
She's married, bruv. Waste man.
I am married, but that doesn't stop me.
How does this woman handle this much stress, by the way? Do you know, like, a divorce for anybody in the world is just, like, the height of stress. Like, that's a lot of people's maximum stress they can take. How does she handle all of this as well? I have no idea. Like, surely this affects the divorce in different ways. Do you know if they're, like, kind of working out settlements, like who owns what? I also wonder if our soon-to-be ex-husband is trying to take some of her money now that she's obviously, like, probably, like, a multi-millionaire now from her stunts.
I'm not gonna be trying to get bare of your money right now. Is he trying to get all your peas?
No, we're doing it quite reasonable.
I really want to know what happened in this marriage that, you know, made her mentally choose to go down this path, because she was always kind of doing, like, OF content, but she wasn't really doing the extreme stuff. So what kind of clicked in her head where she was like, this is now the path that I need to take? A lot of people have kind of theorized why this is. Obviously, we don't know for definite, but it is really sad that she has decided to kind of, you know, put herself in danger like this.
Like, obviously, it's hard. Like, anyone going through a divorce, it's stressful, and you don't really know where to start. Especially at the age of 25.
You're 25?
25.
Chatting bruv. Got a whole world ahead of you, you get me?
Exactly.
Like,
So many more to take.
That's what I'm about to say. What's your 5-year plan in the thing?
My 5-year plan is a lot of...
This is possibly one of the worst interviews I've ever seen. What's your 5-year plan? Yeah, just to take a lot of dicks, honestly. You know, that's just trying to work it up, right, with inflation, obviously. You know, just trying to, like, you know, kind of match that.
It'll be a lot and a lot of, like, miles worth of...
Miles worth. So then, if you was to give a number, how many willies have you, like, in your life?
I'm getting close to 2,000.
You're getting close to 1,000?
2,000.
2,000, bruv.
I feel like if you know, slept with that many people, do you not stop counting after, I don't know, like, what number do people stop counting after? Like, 100's quite a lot, right? Do people, like, count after 100? Like, 1,000? Like, do you know? How do you keep count? Like, have you got, like, a tally chart? Like, I'm really interested to know how you know how many people you've slept with at that point, because that is a significant number of people. Like, would you even know the names of everyone? Possibly not. Like, you could walk past someone in the street and they could say, like, oh yeah, I've slept with you, and you might not even know. Like, how many people is this?
Like, what's levels to you? Like, yo, I'm gonna be in the Guinness Book of World Records when I hit this number.
I think like 10,000. Imagine getting a number of 10,000. Now that'd be something my daddy would be very proud.
Because I've seen quite a lot of, like, Bonnie Blue's interviews, I can just see through her rage bait now. Like, this is quite clearly a character, even though she is, you know, going through with a lot of the stunts. Like, her on-screen presence is very much not her. It's this front that she's built up. It's like an on-screen presence, and although, like, it is fake and it's not actually her, the impact it still has on people is very much real. Like, this interview guy, like, yeah, a lot of people think he's funny, and he is funny, but the way that he's speaking to her is really, like, like derogatory, and he almost feels like he can speak to her like this because of the stunts that she's pulled. Like, it gives him like a free hit in his mind to kind of speak to her just really weirdly.
Phone thing. He's not going to be insecure about the phone thing.
Yeah, like, you can't be concerned I'm cheating. I've just posted the video of it. You know what I'm up to. Of course I've cheated.
But with a guy, can they go and clot other gal?
No.
Why not?
Well, that's different.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is, love, you know. Well, I don't know, actually. You know, now I think about it, you know, if you're with someone that is in that industry, that's technically work. So I don't really, I guess that's just kind of like a couple basis, like your own boundaries. But if yous have agreed that that's work, then technically that's not cheating. But if you do it outside of work, but then couldn't you just say, oh, well, that one was a business expense, you know, so I was working out business there. I don't know. Where does the line get drawn here? What happens if you're both in the industry and you're both just business expense and different? I have no idea how this works. It's all complicated. I'm struggling here, guys.
You ever get like any smelly willy dudes?
I did have someone recently that sat on my face and they had like really big piles.
He sat on your face? What do you mean sat on your face? That is weird, bruv.
I love that, you know, he picked up on that the sitting on the face was weird and totally disregarded that she said that the bloke had piles. Are we just gonna gloss over that as if that comment just wasn't made? Not trying to take the out of anyone that's got piles, okay? I hope you've got the cream and everything. I think that's how you sort it. I don't know. Never had it. But do these men just have like, obviously they have zero, you know, self-respect if they're like cheating on their partners with body blue, with anyone in that case. But like, surely you would know you've got piles before you do that, you know, before you sit on someone's, surely you know. Why would you put someone through that? Like, think of the other person, man.
Like, over the bed, and then he sat on my face to get a job.
What's a job?
He doesn't know what a job is. Maybe I can teach it.
Nah, you're fine, love. You're alright. I can just see through this character now, though. Like, it's very much, it's almost like AI responses. It's like she's practiced her lines before she's got into this interview.
I got another thing, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
This is a mad idea, yeah? So you know about like, the war in Ukraine right now, yeah?
Yeah.
So listen to this, yeah? 500 Ukrainian man.
Yeah.
500 Russian man. And they just got to clot you for peace. That's a good idea, bruv. She could end the war, bruv. So like the last man standing, that's who we declare who wins. Would you do
What,
it?
like whoever doesn't finish? Or like whoever lasts the longest?
Yeah.
That seems
That's
like a
when we
very
end the
good way
war.
to resolve it.
Big, would you do that?
100%.
This thing could bring world peace, bruv.
What are you doing, man? Like, why is she letting this guy speak to her like this? Obviously, like I've said, he is speaking to her like this because he feels like he has a free pass to because of her job and what she does. But what are we doing here? Do you really think that if the UK goes, actually, right, Ukraine, Russia, we've got a wild card here. We're gonna bring a secret weapon. Do you think that's not gonna work? So just cut that idea out straight away. There's one person I don't want to see on the front lines for this country. It's Bonnie Blue. We don't want Bonnie representing us.
I think so, yeah.
Who would you fight?
It'd have to be Lily Phillips.
You would fight her?
Yeah.
I thought you two were like brethrens, bruv. Like,
What does brethrens mean?
like brethrens, innit? Like you two were like sisters in the thing.
Like, we both do gang and love, like, doing crazy stuff, yeah.
You think you'd punch her out?
I'd win, yeah.
She's mad tall.
Yeah, she is really tall. She's like 6 foot.
But then she'd have the jab on you though. How'd you get in and knock her out?
Well, I would just win.
You punch her out.
That is one fight that I just don't want to see. I feel like we're okay not knowing who the victor would be there. I feel like we're okay, right, guys? We don't need to see Bonnie Blue versus Lily Phillips in a boxing match. It don't need to be in the ring, okay? Every joke just seems like an innuendo when it's not meant to be. She also did another interview on Standout TV, and in this interview, this is where she announced her next huge stunt.
Allowing 1,000 into one in 12 hours is disgusting.
But the more you talk about it, the more it turns me on.
You'd an old man.
Oh, yeah, of course I would. Old men deserve sex. I mean, the wife might be dead.
Love, come on. Think of the women that have passed, man. Imagine, you've passed, you're up there. You're looking down at your husband going, oh, look at him. Still getting the newspaper. Oh, he's walking back to his car. Where? Who the f*** that? Who the f*** that getting in his car with him? You'd be fuming. You'd be like, Mickey, what's happened to him since I've gone, man? Look at him. That's not my Mickey.
I don't discriminate whether you're married, 18 or 80. I'll take anybody.
Why? She's sounding like a charity at this point. Doesn't matter what age it is, right? You're never too late to start, are you?
Well, I'm actually doing my own theatre next month.
Are
so
you?
maybe you could come to that and you see the amount of men that pay to watch me be in a glass cage for 24 hours.
To do what in a glass cage?
Well, I'll just be like a zoo animal. They can come if they want to f me, they can f me. If they just want to stare at me, they're welcome to. But I'm going to be tied up in a glass box for a couple of days, and my body is for everyone.
The world's gone mad. It's gone mad. We're too far gone now. I feel like we need to just kind of start again. I feel like, can the asteroid just hurry up? I always hear about it every, 10 years it's coming, but it never does. Next time, let's hope it does. Let's just start fresh. Bring the dinosaurs back. If we just kind of, start, like on a game, and you've just it too much and you just want to start fresh. Like, Animal Crossing, you want to make a new island and you're just like, oh, it's man, just leave it all. That's what we need to do. Maybe it's just the UK. Okay, the rest of the world we can leave you. The UK will start again. This is just too far. The first one she did was honestly horrific, where she slept with over 1,000 men in a day. But this is like next level. Being in a glass square cage tied up. Like, this just sounds like a really up season of You. Is Joe Goldberg gonna be there? I'm not watching the new season if this is what it is. We are gonna watch an interview where she kind of talks more in detail about it, but from what she's said here, it seems like people have to pay. When I initially heard this, I was thinking surely 2,000 men aren't going to pay to, do whatever they want to do with Bonnie Blue in a clear glass cage. But then I thought, actually, it's men, so probably there is some men out there. I don't know if there'll be 2,000 that would actually do this, which is the frightening thing. Everyone always talks about, Bonnie Blue's a terrible person for this, and you could argue she is for creating this kind of platform. However, this platform would not exist if it wasn't for certain types of men. She wouldn't have the ability to create this content if the market wasn't there for it, is what I'm trying to say, and that's the scariest thing. I say this whenever I react to Bonnie Blue, but it's so scary that you could know someone in your life that would pay to go to this event.
So you're going to get paid to be in a box and just let anyone do whatever they want to you.
Yeah, well, obviously I get paid once I make the video, but the actual act is completely free.
Oh, okay, so it's free entry. Oh, God. I mean, paying for it doesn't make it any better, but that just means more people are going to turn up.
No, it's free of charge. Anybody can come.
Is there a limit or a
Literally.
certain standard of man that can be around you?
No,
Or
as long as
inside
they're
of
of
you?
legal age, anybody and everybody's welcome. I don't discriminate. Whether you're fat, skinny, small, big, anyone.
Why is she trying to make out as if this is an inclusive event? We don't discriminate, no matter what you look like, no matter what your size is. Every size is welcome.
What if he was 17?
Well, then no, because that'd be illegal.
Would you still, if it wasn't on camera?
No.
No, so your limit is 18 years
Yeah.
old, but they are still...
I'd happily take someone on their 18th birthday. No problem.
How old
because
are
they're
you?
18, 25.
And you don't mind 18-year-olds?
No
Do
problem.
you not think it's damaging to them?
No, usually they'd have sex unprotected. Somebody they don't know. It could be on a one-night stand. They've been drinking. Maybe drugs are involved. They're going to they're going into an unsafe environment that they don't know.
She's acting like she's Mother Teresa here. I think because she said this scripted response over and over, I actually think she believes it now. I actually think that she thinks she's doing a service to the community here, as if she's helping young lads out. Do you not find it disturbing, especially any mothers that are watching this who have a son that is around that age, that possibly your son could possibly have a thought that he may want to go to this? Do you not find that so weird?
Hey, that was rape. Or, hey, you didn't know what you was doing and you actually hurt me.
Yeah.
Them having sex with me, I'm saying, look, use me as a guinea pig. Try and error, whatever you want. Because I'm consenting to this and I want to educate you on a woman's body. Because yes, you can learn sex education at school, but how much do you learn from a middle-aged teacher that's not been laid for years?
I don't think that's a great point, love, if I'm being honest with you. I can see this from your point of view, but I don't agree with it. It's what I'm trying to say. You're trying to say that practical is better than theory. But in this instance, I'm just fine with doing the theory. I don't need the teacher to be like, okay, time for the practical. Anyone? I'm like, nah, love, you're all right. It's fine. Right, just shows the diagrams. I'm satisfied with the diagrams. That's enough. What is she expecting from the teachers here? She's kind of putting the teachers down, saying they don't go the full way. And why does it matter when the teacher was last slept with someone? That has no relevance to anything. When was the last time you slept with someone? A year ago? Ah, yeah, practically a virgin again, man. It's found your back.
Modern day walk-in education lesson
Yeah,
for
I know.
underage children.
Well, no, because they're 18.
Well, barely legal people, yeah.
And if you've got an issue with the age, then take it up with the government. Because I go by the rules, and the rules is 18.
Yeah, the rules is 18. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's morally right.
So you've got an issue with the age gap.
But you're not in a relationship with these people. You're just barely legal people.
Yeah.
That is the problem. They're
It's
still
completely fine.
children.
One thing I will say, which people don't like to admit, is Bonnie Blue is really smart. She's clearly rehearsed these answers and kind of studied what her comebacks are to every single question. And when the interviewer hasn't prepared as much as what Bonnie Blue has, it seems like they kind of, it's almost like they're scrambling to kind of catch her out. But she's already 2 or 3 steps ahead of them. She already knows the answers to all their questions. I'd really like to see her get interviewed by someone like Louis Theroux or Stacey Dooley or someone like that. that where, you know, they really kind of peel back the layers of the people that they're spending time with.
My nephew's 18. He's still a child.
I'll send him to me then.
No, I'd absolutely never do that.
Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day.
No, I don't think he will, because he has like respect for himself. I don't know if something
The
you're
men
familiar
that
with.
come see me have a lot of respect.
They don't, unfortunately. I know you might think they do.
How many of you asked that I've slept with?
I would never ask anyone that you've slept with, because I don't know
So you
anyone
don't know
you've
that
slept
you've not got respect?
I can tell that the interviewer just wants to punch us square in the face. I do get from the interviewer's perspective, like, she seems just angry, and she feels how, like, you know, a lot of women feel like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you kind of promoting this message that men can kind of do whatever they want with, like, women's bodies? I totally do understand the frustration, but it's just annoying that she can't kind of catch her out in a little game here. Bonnie Blue has done another interview where she kind of talks about what exactly is going to go down during this glass box event.
What challenges do you have next?
Bonnie Blue's petting zoo.
I love that the interviewer went, what challenges do you have next? As if she's going to do like the chubby bunny challenge, or like the cinnamon challenge. Why was that just so like casual? Like, what you got planned? You got anything planned for the weekend? Glass box? Yeah, probably same actually.
Bonnie Blue's petting zoo. I am going to be in a glass
Petting
box,
zoo?
tied up, and it's going to be open for the public.
Oh my God.
Get me in the box, but people can join me to me, touch me, just look at me.
Where?
I'm going to be in the centre of London, but in a house.
Like, what? Like, why would you want to go in there at all? Is that not weird that people actually want to sleep with you in there and just look at you? Like, people are gonna come in and just go... Like, who are these men? I really, like, I've said this over and over. I think that if you go to one of these events, your face should be put on, like, a billboard. And then I want to see how many men turn up. Because it would be drastically lower. If your face was out there, if you were actually, like, I don't want to say shamed for it, but you were just kind of, like, displayed that you went to this event, the numbers would be drastically lower.
Oh, okay. Not
In a
like,
house, in a
right,
glass
okay.
box, yeah.
So I was thinking like David Blaine.
I mean, I'd love to be on the back of a lorry in a glass box, my way through the London.
Right.
That would probably be illegal.
That would just be wrong on so many, you know, streets. You know, you can't do that, man. So like you heard, she's calling it her petting zoo, which is just horrific, obviously. Like, that is just grim. And she actually has made, like, a website for it and everything.
15th of June, I'm going to be tied up in a glass box and open to the public. You can choose to either get involved or just walk around, watch, enjoy the show. But yeah, the website is back up and working, so if you want to get involved, then please do.
Oh, God. What's going on? It just makes me worry for, like, what's it going to be like in another 10 years if this is the way we're going. Like, I am just scared for, like, the next generation and what they're going to be like if this is what this generation is like. Now, instantly when Bonnie Blue announced that she was doing this, quite rightly, a lot of people, you know, kicked back at it. A lot of people were angry about it, saying that, you know, she should never be able to do something like this. Like, this is horrific. It's the worst thing I've ever heard of. And they're very right in that opinion. I also had that opinion to an extent, but one thing, I don't know why, but I almost felt like bad for her that this was the, like, I felt sorry for her that this was the choice she was making. Like, what has led her in her life to get to this point where she feels like, you know, this is the right course of action. I don't know if a lot of people watching this know about the story of Marina Abramovich. I think that's how her name's pronounced. For the people that don't know, in 1974, she performed an experiment called Rhythm Zero. This entire performance entailed Marina just letting people from the crowd do whatever they wanted with her, just to see what would happen. She was like there naked, and she had what I believe was 72 objects on a table next to her. Some of these items were things that can be used to, you know, have pleasure with, just kind of simple items. But there was some more dangerous items on that table which could inflict pain. I can't really say what the things were, otherwise this video is going to get demonetized, but I'm talking like the worst of the worst stuff. Now, I know what happened in this, but I do want to just read an extract from The Guardian just because it's the exact kind of process of how it went down. The performance lasted 6 hours. At first, her audience was passive, but as they went on, they turned violent, with people using the objects to rip her clothes, and, you know, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And basically these men, because they were allowed to do anything, just took advantage of her more and more as the hours went by. And as this was going on, she was obviously visibly in pain, she was upset, she was crying, and the men just carried on doing this, you know, performing what they were doing. And just taking this back to what Bonnie Blue has announced as a petting zoo, this just instantly has such, like, strong connection between the two, because she's basically saying these random men can come in and do whatever they want. Like, she's putting herself in such danger here, and I actually feel bad that this is what she's like, this is how she feels she needs to make her money. Like she says, it's gonna be random people coming in, so they know nothing about these people. Like, these people could be the worst of the, well, obviously they're, you know, nasty people turning up anyway, but they could be violent people and really, really hurt her. And obviously if they're really close, like, her security's not going to be able to get there in time if something goes down. Like, this is one of the most horrific things she could possibly do. Now, I know in this video and other videos that I've talked about Bonnie Blue, I often, like, kind of blame the men quite a lot, and sometimes I get comments from lads being like, why are you blaming the lads? Like, it's not their fault, like, she's the one putting this on. And yeah, Bonnie Blue is in the wrong, but do you not think it begs the question, like, is this not an issue we've got with, like, lads at the minute, like, they would even want to turn up to this? And even for the lads that don't turn up to it, it offers, like, nastier lads to just have a free pop at Bonnie Blue and women in general on Twitter and just be derogatory towards them. Like, here's some tweets that have happened since Bonnie Blue announced the petting zoo. Like, the last 3 men at the Bonnie Blue 2000 challenge, like, that just makes us cringe. I don't understand why women are upset with Bonnie Blue's petting zoo. Her body, her choice. Isn't that what you wanted? Like, obviously, like, what are you trying to say here? Obviously not. Is this what you took from women saying, yeah, I just want, like, control over my own body? Like, what are you trying to say here? Like, are you trying to say that women should be proud of what Bonnie Blue's doing? Like, how can you not see that this is not a good thing? And just personally for Bonnie Blue herself, like, it also promotes a culture where people can come up to you in the street and kind of, you know, I don't want to say do whatever they want, but you're kind of putting that message out there, and the people that are genuinely a little bit tapped are just going to follow that message. Like, that's a woman that came up to her there, grabbed her, pushed her, called her a and then just, like, you know, pushed her and walked off. Unfortunately, this is the message that she's putting out, and you see, like, it could be a lot more violent in the future with people that are even nastier than this woman who came up to her. And I don't want to keep going on and on here, but it is easy for someone like Bonnie Blue to put out this message and then kind of be safe because she can hire security guards, or she can live in a mansion behind gates, or whatever. She can pay for enough security that she's safe, whereas other girls can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're basically putting, like, the entirety of, like, lasses in danger by promoting this message that guys can do whatever they want with lasses. And this is such, like, a head because I don't want to put all of the, you know, blame on Bonnie Blue because it is lads in general, but it just doesn't help that someone's poking the bear even further here. One thing that is interesting is to see people's response on TikTok to Bonnie Blue announcing this petting zoo.
I don't even want to give her the clout, but does anyone know if girls can go to this petting service for Bonnie Blue? Because I'll go in there or anything like that. I will go in there.
Ah, that's lovely, love. Right, just go in there and just knock her out, are you? Right, that's nice. A true saviour. Cheers, love. That's great. Imagine Bonnie Blue looking good. Oh, a woman. Oh, well, I'll feel more safe now. Bang! Headbutt. Jesus.
Do you think they'll let women in at Bonnie Blue's petting zoo? Because I would actually go just to, like, give her a meal deal. I know if that was me, I would be hungry. I have to find out what she wants, because I know the meal deal can be it's the wrong one, but everyone needs one after a hard day. Hard day, literally. And you don't have to be doing this, hun. No, your panani is burning up the gaff. It's hot. Just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your time. We will sit down. I will hold your hand, but wash them first, love, because I'm not touching that. I'm not being funny. And then I will say, do you want me to call 111 option 2 mental health professional? Because why are we here? What's led us to make these decisions today? And then I will be there, and I will be that supporting rock.
That is one thing that I'm intrigued by, is like what is like happened in her life previously to this, because I imagine, well, I don't want to conspiracize about what has happened, but I wonder if something really, you know, sad has happened, which has kind of led her, because you can't just have a normal life and just kind of go into this. I don't believe that. Something has to have happened that has switched something in your brain to do ridiculous things like this, putting yourself in such harm. Imagine literally 2,000 women showing up, taking away the spots and just treating her kindly, getting food and stuff. Some people are so sweet. That would be really wholesome, right? And then nobody has to, you know, sleep with any willies, right? Everyone's just bringing out food and chocolate and just picky bits. Each one some picky bits, Bonnie. I tell you what, I'll get you some. Shall I get you some mozzarella sticks? There you go, love. Get that down your gob, man.
If you are one of the 2,000 guys attending Bonnie Blue's petting zoo, make sure you grab yourself one of these cleaning bundles. There's disinfectant, antibacterial wipes, glass cleaner for the box, and they've even thrown in free delivery just for you guys, because trust me, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, I feel like the guys that are going there don't wash in general, so I don't know if they're gonna, you know, I don't think you're gonna motivate them. It is interesting to see like how kind of like half of girls are like kind of just wanting to figure out why she's like this and kind of feel bad for her, and then like another half are kind of just despise her.
This is everything I would personally bring to Bonnie Blue Zoo if I was lucky enough to go.
What? Are people doing like a get ready with me to go to Bonnie Blue's petting zoo?
First on the list is PPE, personal protection equipment. Now that can look different for men and women, but for me, I'll be covered head to toe, every inch of my body, because you just don't know what will be flying about in there.
Wait, so you're saying you're going in like Breaking Bad, like Jesse, ready to cook? I've just realised as well, like the date that it's meant to be happening on is Father's Day. Could you imagine just being at the dinner table, you know, just with your mum, and you're just like, oh yeah, where's Dad? And just like, oh, he's just popped out somewhere. He's gone to the zoo, he wanted to see some animals or something. You'd be like, oh no. There has been people trying to warn her, like, hey Bunny Blue, I hope you realise that you might die or have at least one person try to kill you at this petting zoo thing. She's joking here, right? Or like she seems to be joking, but I don't actually think she is. This is a very real threat that could happen here. Someone quite easily, it could be the first person, could try and harm her. This is such a real possibility, and I don't think people realise this. Like, this could turn horrifically bad. Even worse than it already is before it started. Obviously, with my videos, I always try and offer just like as many perspectives as possible. Like, I don't just want to one person just because I feel like it doesn't give you just a good video. So I found this one TikTok that definitely is a lot more empathetic to the entire situation rather than taking the piss. And it definitely echoes how I kind of been feeling about it. She says Bonnie Blue is a human being before she's a porn star. She basically talks about the announcement of the event happening. If she really wanted to allow herself to be publicly violated in this way, it would not only cause so much damage to her mentally and physically, but would teach many men that this is acceptable to treat women's bodies as literal public property and further normalize violence and dehumanization, which is so true. Like, this has literally hit the nail on the head in my opinion. She further goes on to say that Bonnie Blue is just so deeply disconnected from her own body. Like, this is a cry for help, a tragic act of publicized self-harm. Whether you agree or not with that, that's just your opinion, but I definitely think she probably has dissociated from what she's doing. Like, there's no one that could, you know, carry out that act and actually feel, you know, at one with their body. I know that kind of sounds cringe, but you know what I mean. And then she further goes on to say that, like, people are human beings first, and this is the entire kind of scope I've been trying to have in this video. It's easy to laugh about this situation and act like it's like not actually a real thing because you don't know the person that's doing it, but like, Bonnie Blue is someone's, you know, daughter, someone's friend, someone's partner. Like, this is an actual human being that is going through with this, and this is just such a horrific thing because this human being has thoughts and feelings and is like everyone else. They're not like completely void of any emotion. As much as I hate what she's doing, I do feel bad for her. Now, luckily, literally yesterday, Bonnie Blue actually announced that this entire event is cancelled. I did have the video of her announcing it, however, I feel like TikTok's deleted her account because the video's no longer there. But trust us, like, this, she has cancelled it. It came from her mouth. I feel like she probably has realised that she really wouldn't be safe in this situation. And I am actually really glad that she has cancelled this. She's announced that she's doing this live stream or something. I'm not gonna, you know, create too much kind of attention towards that as if she needs it already. But I am glad that, you know, the opportunity for something drastic to happen here is not going to be available anymore, because I was really worried when I heard this was getting announced. And I definitely think it could have took a turn like the Marina Abramovich one did. Anyway, donuts, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I know it was a lot deeper at times, but if I'm gonna cover the subject of this, I don't want to just kind of have the typical opinion of just hating it and just like that. I kind of want to just have a conversation about it and see what you think, so hopefully you appreciate that. If you do want to watch another video from me, I would appreciate it. Click this one right here, a little bit of a lighter watch for you, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this, donuts. As always, I appreciate it. Thank you very much again.
Kirkham, baby.